Here's a 2005 Mazda 6, and it seems to be having some noise. You hear that ticking noise, and it's warm right now, so it's not making the noise very bad, but when it's cold, it's much, much worse. And we're going to get in here and see if we can figure out what's creating that noise. Okay, to get started, we need to look underneath the valve cover and see what the heck's going on. The first thing we need to do is remove the coils. I have an 8mm socket, 8mm. We undo the screw here that holds down the coil. And then you have to be careful to get it off. You have to twist it around. I kind of pry it around with the screwdriver underneath here, just very careful, and then it comes up off the spark plug. And then we also have a couple sensors. You can take a look at this sensor. See, there's a little tab here. You squeeze this tab, and it comes off. We have this sensor here, and you have to go underneath here. There's two little things sticking up, and you press them, and they come off. Let me show you the two little things. See, right there by my thumb, you can see the two little notches coming up. You press on those, and this thing comes out. Okay, now I'm going to get this wiring harness out of the side. You can see down here. I got you. Okay, here we go. See, this thing just kind of pries up. So you get to take a screwdriver and pry underneath here. Get this thing up so it comes off. And over here, you can see how this thing takes a wrench. So I couldn't find a size wrench that fits, so I used an adjustable wrench. And you unscrew this thing, and this little hold down, kind of see how that little plastic nipple on the top. It unscrews. And now you can get the thing free. Are along the front. You notice there's a stud here, bolt, stud, and we got. I took off the thing there. We'll see what's under. We might have to remove this bracket here. We got bolt, stud, and we still have to take this thing off. Okay, we almost got all the bolts loosened. Boy, this one was a tough one. It had this plastic thing on here. And then you can just barely get a hold of it. So you take like the closed end 12-point socket, put on there, and just barely get that one. These are all captive. If you notice, these things are loose, but they're captive bolts, so they don't come out of there. We had this bolt here, had this bolt there. Another really tough one was this one right here. It had a piece of a harness on top of it. So you take a big pair of pliers, go on top and pull up. That's what you need, is a big pair of pliers and pulling up there because it doesn't come off easily. I removed the valve cover and I took like a mallet and kind of gently tapped around and then pried around the edges of a screwdriver and got it loose, and it comes up out of here. Kind of get underneath this thing. And there's still a harness connector hooked up there. That's the reason I don't have it out of here. But this wasn't what I was expecting to see. The lifters, the noise, undoubtedly is coming from a lifter, because it was really bad when it's cold, and all of a sudden it just started getting good again, but we took this thing off anyway. But the lifters are right underneath these cams. So this is, to replace those lifters, it's not going to be an easy job. You're going to have to disconnect the camshafts. You're going to have to undo all these caps, take up the camshafts, and you'll be able to replace all the lifters. You probably have to take off the timing chain. Probably want to replace that if you're doing that. And it's way involved. This is just too much for us. We're going to give up at this point and call it good. So anyway, there we go. Okay, here we are. This is what it sounds like cold. And hear that rattling noise? It's not the valves at all. It sounds like it's coming from the power steering pump, but it could be coming lower. It could be coming from the air conditioning compressor. But you can hear the whine. You can hear the whine of the power steering pump. That's the reason I was thinking maybe power steering pump. But it's not anything to do with the valve. So that was a big waste of time.